Well, I'm back sooner than I thought I would be. And I think I'd be back this soon with, considering the last two videos I put out, the short film and the top 5 albums of the year. Anyways, hi guys, I'm back again, and for this topic of the video I want to discuss my anticipated albums for 2018. Well, both heavy and alternative releases. So I think this may or may not be a new trend for me, depending on how the next year goes as far as planning, because you know, there's some albums you look forward to in the new year, and there's some that you just don't give a fuck about. And I really want to figure out, you know, if videos like these are worth making. Because there's some years where there's not many good albums, and then there's some years that are just, hell yeah, I want to buy them all, even if I file for bankruptcy type thing. So, to get started, I'm going to top it off with Defy by Of Mice and Men. This is Of Mice's first album since Austin Carlisle's departure, if you're not aware. And they played their first show at Las Rages this past April, and honestly, Aaron Pauli sounds better live than he does in the studio. That's a fucking no-brainer, because holy shit. If you were there at Las Rages, you lucky bastard. If you weren't, but you've seen the footage, then you know exactly what I mean. Because at first I didn't really think it was possible for them to, you know, carry on without Carlisle, considering that I've never really heard Pauli scream or anything. I know, I've never heard of Jamie's Elsewhere, so oh well. But yeah, I've heard their latest, 4 singles lately. Those are really good tracks. I do like that he's able to carry both roles as vocalist for the band, and he's carrying out the duties like really good. I can't begin to express how excited I am for Defy. There's my first one, Defy by Of Mice. Moving on, we have Too Far Gone by Cane Hill. I discovered Cane Hill summer of 16, and I got to see them this past March with Attila and Bad Omens. I also met Elijah Witt at that show, like a couple hours before, and he was a really nice guy. And when they got on stage, I was blown away. Oh my god, they were so good. And then when I heard they were writing a new album, I thought to myself, holy shit, I don't know if it's gonna get any better than Smile. And then I heard the title track, Too Far Gone, and I was like, it's already better than Smile. I'm so sorry. It's already better than Smile. That's not a bad thing, though. What if your, like, sophomore is always better than your debut? So fucking be it. Too Far Gone by Cane Hill is definitely an anticipated album of mine. I'm so fucking stoked. Alright, next on the list is Bring Me the Horizon. Now, there's no release date for their next album. There's not even word on whether or not they're working on a new album, because this year was the last year that they went on tour in support for That's the Spirit. And I actually went to that tour, which was really fucking amazing. I was wondering this whole time what the hype for Bring Me was about. And then I go to one of their live shows and I'm like, holy shit. The production, the visuals, Ollie, the entire band was mind-blowing. Like, holy shit. All these years I've been wondering what's so hype about them, and then I finally witnessed it. But I was more excited to go to see Beartooth open for them, because I fucking love Beartooth more than I do Bring Me. But you know, Bring Me was an experience too. But accordingly, they've talked about how their next album they wanted to use, like, possibly all or just different elements in their next album. So it's not going to be a completely pop album like That's the Spirit. I'm kind of relieved, because I didn't like their pop turn that much, but you know, it's still suitable. But hey, it's whatever the hell those guys want to do. Next on my list, Dance Gavin. Now, I got into these guys this year, so I'm not really too familiar with them, but I have gone back and listened to a lot of their old stuff. Pretty much all their stuff. Like, you know, when they started out with Craig, when Craig and Mess left, Craig and Ness came back, and then Craig was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave now because I'm on fucking drugs. I didn't like the early stuff with Craig or anyone else, honestly. Like, anything before Tillian is just not my thing. I just can't get into Johnny Craig era Dance Gavin. It's rubbish, honestly, in my opinion. Like, anything before Tillian is rubbish. Anything Tillian and onward is where the fuck it's at. It's very enjoyable. It's good music to skate to, it's good music to run to. It's good music to anything, honestly. If you follow Tillian on Twitter, he's been talking a lot about the writing process for their next album. And from listening to Mothership, Instant Gratification, and Acceptance Speech, I'm thinking, you know, this is gonna be really good because the last 3 albums have been fucking magnificent. And I don't know how much better they can get, but hey, if they can get better, that's all that matters. Next on the list is The Amity Affliction. There's no release date for this either. Accordingly, it says here that they're really pushing themselves to get out of the box that they're in at the moment and just trying to do as many new things as they can to make it diverse as possible. This is all of this, a lot of this I'm citing from is an alternative press article. We've already been writing for the last 6 months and we've already written some of the most different stuff we've ever done. It's really exciting and we can't wait to get in the studio and flesh out all of these. This is from Aaron Stringer, the bassist / vocalist for Amity. And I didn't really get into Amity until like a couple weeks before the Graveyard Shift show in Atlanta with Miss May I and Motionless. And I thought, you know, they're not bad. They're not my favorite, but they're not bad. Like, I've listened to This Could Be Heartbreak and Let the Ocean Take Me. And my honest opinion on those is I prefer them over their first 3 albums because I've tried listening to their first 3 and everything's just so off. I fucking can't with their first 3 albums. Personally, I think Let the Ocean Take Me is like their best material. It's really heartfelt. Everything's well put. I can't find a single flaw in that album, honestly. This Could Be Heartbreak it's a good album, but like, here's Let the Ocean and then here's Heartbreak. Can't really compare them that much. Next up is Panic at the Disco. Now, of course, they've been riding off the success for Death of a Bachelor since the day it came out, which was January of 2016. And since, they've gone on European tours. They did a co-headliner with Weezer last summer, which I went to, and it was fucking amazing. And then they had their own headliner for Death of a Bachelor. I went to that too. It was fucking amazing. After the Death of a Bachelor tour was when Brendan was given the role of, what was his name, Charlie Puth in Kinky Boots. And he pulled it off a lot. And according to the alternative press article, it says here that between Kinky Boot shows holed up in his dressing room, Panic's been, well, not Panic, Brendan, what's the fucking difference? He's the only main member. He's been writing, or like just coming up with new ideas for the follow-up to Death of a Bachelor. Of course, like, some people are expecting, like, I guess, a sequel to Death of a Bachelor. Maybe just a carry-on, or maybe something even, you know, more tied in with theater. Considering he was in Kinky Boots this past summer. That would be neat. I would pay to listen to that. I'd pay to listen to anything they put out, honestly. They put out a fucking Christmas song, and I fucking enjoyed it. And I'm not a holiday music person, but hey, it's the fucking season. So yeah, if Panic were to put out a new album next year, and if they were to go back on tour, I would fucking buy it in a heartbeat. And I would fucking go in a heartbeat. Even if I'm broke as fuck. Oh well. Finally, 30 Seconds to Mars. They've been talking about putting out a new album since 2015. And Mars wasn't really active until this past year, when they toured with Muse and Paris. Which, if you're not aware, I went to that, and it was fucking amazing. I haven't got to meet Mars, even though it cost me a fortune, but fuck it. Oh well. Well, a fortune in my book, but you get the memo. So, as of 2015, they talked about a new album, and as a band, they haven't really been active as far as performing. I mean, supposedly they've been writing a lot, and like the only show they did last year was Camp Mars, considering Leto was probably busy with all the press for Suicide Squad. I don't know if it was good press. Oh well. And then afterwards was when they decided, hey, let's go tour with Muse in Paris. I didn't get to stay for Muse because didn't really care for them, but they were good. Paris was good. And then this past August, they put out a new single, Walk on Water, which I thought was a really good tune to put out, considering they haven't put out an album since 2013's Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams. So hopefully the follow-up to Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams is just as good as that album was, which personally I thought was amazing. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, they said they were going to put it out this year. Where the fuck is it at? So, I'm hoping it's this year that this coming New Year's when they put it out, because I'm really stoked for some new Mars tunes. And maybe, hopefully, I can see them again. Alright, that is it for my anticipated albums of 2018. I want to know your anticipated albums of 2018. Put them down in the comments and let me know. Because I'm interested in seeing what else people are looking forward to as far as new tunes. As far as anything goes, honestly. And if you haven't yet, I would really like if you checked out my short film, There's Always Help. It's a project that Heather Guay and I did, that I had to do for my filmmaking class. It ended up becoming another monarch of mine, another major project that I've done for the first time in 4 years. If you could do me a favor and check that out, like, share, subscribe, whatever the hell you can think of. That would mean so much to me. And I appreciate you guys watching. See you in the new year. Hopefully I have some more video ideas, because I really think I'm starting to make a comeback. Okay. Bye.